wanted to finish
We're
off this
steering the
session.
ship.
I wanted to finish this off with an inspirational quote.
All right, we're gonna go inspirational. Yeah, we like to
Yeah.
have a little inspiration and some high vibes. Can't all just be random BS and
No.
jib.
Sometimes
Can't
sometimes you need a quote to get you through like the
can't
week or get
can't
you
all
through
be
the
jibber
day.
jabber.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna share one of my favorite things, and I came across this I don't know several years ago, but I came across it through my acting studio and coach Tom Todoroff. But it's the Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz, which is a great book. But if you want to save yourself the time, just literally look up Four Agreements, or I'll hold them up here for you. You could take a screenshot of that right now. Actually, that's a good thing to do if you're listening or if you're watching. If you're listening, then you're like, I can't take a screenshot, Lars. But if you're watching, take a screenshot of that. And for the listeners at home, these are the Four Agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't make assumptions. Don't take anything personally, and always do your best. And I really always like that because it's just four simple things. But if you actually follow them and you think about them, you're like, man, your life's going to be pretty good and pretty simple, and you're certainly going to feel better. So I'll elaborate a little bit. It says, be impeccable with your word. Speak with integrity. Say only what you mean. Avoid using the word to speak against yourself or gossip about others, and use the power of your word in the direction of truth and love. So basically, it's like when you say you're going to do something, do it. Don't shit talk yourself. Don't shit talk other people, and use your words for things that are good rather than evil and divisive. Don't start insurrections at the Capitol. And don't make assumptions. Is find the courage to ask questions and express what you really want. Communicate with others clearly as you can avoid misunderstandings, sadness, and drama. It says, with this one agreement, you can completely transform your life. So we all take all kinds of assumptions, or we meet people and we're like, what the fuck's that guy's problem? Must be this, must be that. And then you just got to express yourself. Don't take anything personally. Nothing. This is one of my favorites, actually. This one, if you learn this one, you're basically you're almost bulletproof as a human being. Don't take anything personally. Nothing others do is because of you. What others say and do is a projection of their own reality, their own dream. When you are immune to the opinions and actions of others, you won't be the victim of needless suffering. So it's like people say shit and they're all just dealing with your shit, especially now in COVID times. Everyone's super stressed, super anxious. Maybe some people are just depressed. People are freaking out. So it's like if someone is like, you see people like strangers in public yelling at each other about stuff. It's like everyone needs to just take a chill pill and don't take it personally. But that applies really to actors too, especially. It's like if someone gives you a redirection.
I know when I read those four agreements, that was the one that stuck out to me as like, I need to work on that. That is the biggest thing that I need to work on, because I know it's hard to do as a person. Um, but like you can't take these things personally, and like you're gonna lose a lot in this business. Like there's gonna be roles that you really want, and like you're not gonna be able to get. But you know what? You did your best. That's the fourth thing that we're coming up to, and like that makes up for it. And like if you get a note to like change something, and like it's not your idea of what the character or what you perceive as the character is supposed to do, like
Right.
just
Or
be open to that change.
or if you don't book a role, a lot of people are like, "Oh, I didn't book a role. I'm no good. I'm
Mm-hmm.
worthless. I'm not a good actor." Blah 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 blah.
And
But
that
it's
kind of
like
comes back to the
there's
feeling of being stuck, right?
right. Well, you just really got to feel like you put it all, like you did your best. That which is the last one. You did your best in the auditions. Like that was the best I can, and that's me in my at my best state. I was super well prepared. I made great choices. Whatever it is, all you do your best. Always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstances, simply do your best, and you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. And I think that does really help with auditions, because sometimes actors will ruminate about an audition. They'll do it, and then they're like, "Oh, did I do a good job? Am I going to get it? Am I going to hear? What should I have done different?" All of these things. When if you just always are doing your best and you put a lot of prep into it, make strong choices. You did a vocal warm up. You were stretched and ready to rock. Your body was ready to go, and then in the moment you did your best, and you walk away from it thinking, well, there's doesn't matter whether I get it or not, because that was my best. So it's like if my best gets it, great. If my best doesn't get it, great. And you're on to the next thing. I always used to have the mentality of, you obviously think about auditions afterwards, because you should quickly think like, is there anything, like do a checklist? Is there anything that I could have done better? Would I improve anything? More so in live auditions. Now it's different with self-tapes, because you can just do another take and do another take and do another take. But
well, I mean, it comes back to the Zoom auditions as well.
Right.
Like, those are the callbacks now.
But I used to do like, if I were to do an audition and put it out there in my mind, I wouldn't audition for something that I don't want. So in my head, I've already got it. Like I kind of think like, oh, this is mine, and then I'm going to get it. And I'm kind of putting those vibes out that I get it. Even between first audition and callback, I'm still working on it and still doing it. Like I'm
to keep it like fresh
yeah, I'm
in your
expecting I'm going to get a call back. And then when I get the call back, I'm expecting I'm going to book it. So I'll still continue to work on it on that time, where a lot of people they just throw it all away. I don't do that. I keep working at it, but I'm not in a needy way where I'm like, oh, please, I hope I get this. I'm like, if I wanted to get it, then I'm just operating like I already have it. And then I'm just stronger and stronger each step of the process. But I also used to think, so if I audition for something, I used to have the mental trick of thinking, my goal is to have to say no because I booked something else in the meantime that was bigger, which is kind of a dick move, but
but well, it's
from
like,
a positive
it's
thinking
own
standpoint.
thing. It's not like you're trying to be a dick about it. You're like, I want to make this so that I can say to them, well, I have a conflict, and will you work with me around that? And like, it's not saying like, I can't do your job because
and that is what I meant.
This job.
That is what I meant. So those are the 4 agreements. Check out Don, Miguel, Ruiz, and the reason that they've come up recently in my life is through Tom Todoroff. And we should mention too, Laughing Vikings members. We have a discount for members for the classes if you were to join, but also they're doing a freebie giveaway. So if you go to laughingvikings.com, you'll see the free class link, and you can audit a class. They're called the Saturday workshops. It's a 5-hour class, sort of 3 classes in one. There's a text analysis session, then a voice and speech coach with world-class voice and speech coaches. And then Tom comes on and does scene work and coaching and monologue work and cold reads and auditions. So you did that last week. How was that for you?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's great.
I thought it was a very informative class. Like the things that they're talking about are very helpful, and like I think it's really useful for, like, I'm just starting out. I'm just trying to figure this out, but like I think they're very essential for what you're supposed to be doing. Like especially like to bring out the best performance in you, you need to do the work in order to get to that next spot in your life, kind of thing.
Right.
And like that, I think this is a stepping stone.
Right. Yeah. If you're going to get to a new level, it's going to be because you're doing something different. Yeah. So, all right. That was my inspirational quote, was 4 agreements. What do you got?
I'm actually wearing it.
Oh,
so this is
hustle
until your haters ask if you're hiring.
Nice. I love that.
And this shirt was actually given to me by my dad a few years into my professional career. So I think that was in 2015 or 2016.
Nice.
And he gave this to me, and I always feel like it was one of those moments where it's just like, yeah, go do it, go be the best that you want to be. And like,
that's incredible.
And I love wearing this shirt, and I think of him whenever I put it on, and sometimes I'll wear it into auditions over something, and have something over it, so I can
so you know underneath that you got your go-to. I got my good, I'm wearing mine too, my nice, good vibes only, which you have one of these as well, right?
I do. Mine's purple.
Yeah. Speaking of fathers, we're tying it in. Big Fish was a father-son story. Yes. You mentioned your dad. I actually bought these shirts around the time that my dad was in the hospital, kind of hanging by a thread, for those of you who knew about that. But he's recovering and been on the mend too. So I like to think, because of these good vibes only shirts, just got to put that mojo out there. All right. I think we probably should bring this to a close. Anything else? Maybe where should people connect with you directly? They can connect with you through Laughing Vikings, of course, at Laughing Vikings, but otherwise, where do they connect?
Instagram is Brandon Knox 27 or at Brandon Knox 27. I had to do this before.
It's like, I don't know what my Instagram
I don't know
is.
what it is. It's something. You can look me up.
Yeah. Or just go to laughingvikings.com or at laughingvikings. You can connect with Brandon there. All right. This has been fun. We're going to do this more. We're going to have more content coming out.
Yep.
If you're listening to this and you enjoyed any part of this, especially if you're an actor, a comedian, creator, please share this out with, 3 of your friends. Tag us at Laughing Vikings, and we can send you some freebies. We can, we're doing some giveaways of some audition sessions. I mentioned my free album. You can get that, Silly Goose, at the website. And we're also doing something, depending on when you're listening to this, right now with our membership, we're doing a free audition with your first month's membership. So for $29, you can join and become a member at Laughing Vikings. And that includes your first audition session, either in studio or via Zoom, because this is the future. And why would you come all the way here when we can just turn on our computers and we can communicate like Star Trek style? That's way more efficient. So thank you. And we will see you next time at Laughing Vikings. We'll be back again to help dreamers turn delusions to reality. Reality. Podcast over now. Oh, was that the fish guy? Are you doing the fish guy from Big Fish? Is that your fish impersonation? That's good. I like that. Maybe we shouldn't hang up right now. Maybe we should. This should be a whole second half of the show. No, we actually have to leave. We have an actor coming into the studio right now. So we got to tear all this podcast down. And then we got to get back into the audition sessions here. Yes. But thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
We love you guys. Hit us up at laughingvikings.com. Have a listen. Share with your friends. Good vibes only. Remember your 4 agreements. Be impeccable with your word. Don't make assumptions. Don't take anything personally. Always do your best. And
hustle until your haters ask you if you're hiring.
Pam. Bye-bye. We love you.